Scorpio, hi. So this is going to be a reading for July 28th through August 3rd. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Scorpio. What do we got? The overall energy for the reading, the Queen of Pentacles. We got a little bit of self-care, which is always welcome. It's nice. Nice energy. Okay. In the recent past, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. Ooh, somebody's determined to either move on from a situation or just explore some options, probably even outside of their comfort zone. And they're pretty stubborn about it. And I think that somebody is you. Okay. In the current situation, the Five of Cups, the Star, the King of Cups. This is a very heavy energy that's sitting on top of your heart's desire. I'm not sure how to take this. Instinctively, I would go with you feel heartbroken, or there's regret there that something didn't work out in the way you thought it would or it should. Okay. Maybe that's where the self-care energy applies, where you may need to take care of yourself through this time a little more than usual. I don't know. We'll see. In the immediate future, the Hierophant, the Chariot, the King of Wands. This is a beautiful energy. I'm trying to figure out if I think something's moving towards you, something that's right, super right. As you're moving towards it without knowing that you are, but yeah, it feels like an energy is moving towards you. Let's see, let's clarify. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Swords. You might walk away from something here. Whether it's because you choose to or because you're forced to, I don't know. There's a soul connection here. Yeah. Either you or somebody's walking away. So a lot of self-care should be at play right about now. Whatever this dynamic is. Let's do the Eight of Wands in the recent past. The Three of Wands, the Lovers, the Page of Cups. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for something to come through. You kept yourself open for all this time for something to happen. And then all of a sudden, I see this energy popping in of, I don't know, you're not saying I'm not going to wait anymore. You're saying I'm going to move on. I feel like you forgot to shut that down, though, in the sense of, okay, it's not about the waiting here necessarily. It's about the part in which you're open to this. Okay, you're moving on. Are you still open to this? You know? That's where you would probably be like, well, I didn't think of it in that way. Well, because you're keeping your energy open to something here, no matter how determined you are to move on. You know, so I don't know. Okay. Let's do the Seven of Cups. The Page of Swords, the Strength card, the Ten of Swords. Okay, this is you trying to fall into the acceptance over, hey, this isn't going to work out. Whatever I kept myself open towards for so long, it's not going to work out, so that's why I'm trying to move on. The moving on part seems to be starting to take place slowly but surely. It's a very slow process, because again, if your energy is still open towards that, you will have a little bit of a slow progress here with this part of moving on from it. Let's do the Four of Pentacles. In the recent past, you get the Queen of Wands, the Justice card, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. You're definitely falling into the right place there, into the right energy of, you know what? Whatever happens here, happens. All I can do is concern myself with me and taking care of myself as I go. And, you know, so you're reaching for that energy of self-love and self-care. Where you start to focus all of your attention, all of your energy, all of your love towards yourself, which is great. It's looking great there. Okay. Let's do the Five of Cups in the current situation, the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups. See, you may have started to fall into the process of acceptance over this closing off. You're not there 100% with it yet. There's still quite a regret that something didn't work out here. Where you felt so good and so positive that it will work out at some point in time, and then this unfolded. And now it's like, okay, well, yes, there's still some regrets there over it. But let's do the Star. In the current situation, you get the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Wands. Whatever you do, don't take it out on yourself here. Because you're starting to go in the direction of, you know, what the hell is wrong with me? Why would I want for something like that? I mean, we all kind of go through all of the stages at some point that are very similar. Just don't give too much power to this energy in which you actually end up putting yourself down. There's absolutely nothing wrong for you wanting what you wanted at some point. And if that didn't work out, nothing wrong with you. You know, not your fault, not anybody's fault. Things just happened in that way. Because this is taken away from you really, really accepting that, hey, it's just an experience that passed through my life and it just wasn't meant to stay or something. You know, because when you start to take it out on yourself here, you start to, again, put yourself down. You close off your heart because you're like, why would I keep my heart open? For what? If this didn't work out, then heart closed. Fuck that shit. For other experiences in your future that, you know, you might stumble upon and they're going to need for your heart to be open. It's the typical, I'm going to take revenge on myself here. You know, for whatever happened. And it's a shitty energy from what you're showing me. It doesn't feel good. Hey, Bubba. Hummingbird. It doesn't feel good. It's hard. It's one of those energies that makes the day go by very, very slow and very nasty. It's like, oh, it feels like shit. Another day, another, you know. And you know better. For the King of Cups, in the current situation, you get the Five of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups. You're basically going through the grieving process of whatever didn't work out here. I'm not sure what kind of partnership we're talking about. To a person, a friendship, romantic, potential romantic, to a job even, you know. Again, doesn't have to be a person here. But you're going through the grieving process of it. And you have those stages to it of, shit, it didn't work out. Well, if it didn't work out, then fuck that shit. I'm just going to do all sorts of... Which is... It's super nice that you entered that space of self-love right before you got into this process. Now all you have to do is remember to love yourself instead of putting yourself down. You know? You'll go to the extremes there. It's quite normal, but... The overall energy that I see covering this process here of grieving is that of self-love. So from time to time, tap back into that. For the Hierophant in the immediate future, you get the High Priestess, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Something's popping here. Something's happening. You're kind of coming back into a sense of stepping into your power. There's a sense of strength, stability. You were coming in with a strong "I got this" type of an attitude. So definitely stepping into your power here. Which again, I'm sure this is not your first rodeo and your first grieving process, which usually indicates that you're probably going to be able to bring yourself back a little faster than before. So you're definitely stepping into your power here, and you're starting to mind your own business. You're like, okay, I'm back. I'm doing this, you know. For the Chariot in the immediate future, you get the Seven of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Death card. Interestingly enough, you're giving me a sense of now I'm ready to move on, right? I stepped into my power. I'm back to myself. I'm ready to move on, right? I'm going to ask you again. Did you close off your openness to the past situation, or are you still open to it? Because you seem to be very confused as to why you can't. It feels like you can't move on. Did you close yourself off in terms of your energy being available to it anymore? You're ready. You're ready to move on here. You're done. You've gone through the grieving process. You step back into your power. You're good to go. You know, chapter next is definitely here, and it's available. And then there you are being like, why can't I? Why does it feel like I can't? Where's your closure at? I've been trying to point that at you from over there when this whole situation started, which that might have been too raw, too early. But right here, you've gone through quite the energy, so you should be good to go here. But no, you're still questioning, as you know, you're questioning why you can't. You feel like you can't move on. Did you close it off? Where's the closure at for this one? Or is your energy still open to? What I mean by that is, do you still have hopes that this is going to work out? And if you come back with, well, I always have hope that it's going to work out, then, you know, then you have still expectations, which is going to keep your energy open to that, which there's no closure here. So yeah, it's going to feel very hard to move on, even though everything is laid out proper here. It's like, it's ready. The energy is here. You just have to step in it. And you're like, well, I feel like I can't. I can't put my foot down on it. For the King of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Five of Wands, the King of Swords, the Ten of Cups. Interesting. There's quite the disagreement here that turns out to be good. Not as it's happening. As it's happening, it's like World War III or something, and then it shifts into something productive. It's almost like this needed to get to this place of extreme disagreement in order for things to play out in the right way. I don't know who we're talking about here, because I'm not getting the same energy that belongs to this. It could be, though. I'm getting it as separate to the side of this experience of the grieving process and whoever is part of the soul connection here. But it could be. Could be that it's the same. It's just going to show up in a different way if it is. And it's one of those where, I don't know, you're going through your own individual process, they're going through their own, and then one time you meet at the grocery store. And the minute you lay eyes on one another, you start running out of that store, both of you, like on opposite ends, and it's like, wah, it's a shit show. Type of a situation. But it does have somehow a meaning, like it turns good. It turns into, thank God this happened, because now I can see this, that, and the other, and now everything makes sense, and now everybody's, doing great. Not right away. Right away, you're still gonna, run out that store, but in time, it'll be for the best here that it happened in this way. Okay. Hey, Bubba. What's up, sleepyhead? Let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. You're in between, you're transitioning here between cycles. There's one that you're leaving behind and the one you're heading towards. You seem to be focusing more and more towards the one that's next. So that tells me that you might be at the end stretch of this process of leaving something behind. I mean, I think you're doing good for the most part. You know, yeah, you have those times in which, like all of us, we start hating ourselves for whatever the hell. But then as long as you remember, hey, that's not really the point and that's not going to help anybody, especially me, then it should be good. Is that a year? Oh yeah, it's Kai's year. I was like, is that a bird or a year? It's Kai's year. Okay. Okay, well, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.